Deputy President Paul Mashatile was answering questions in the National Council of Provinces, and he was quizzed about the impact of the U.S. withdrawing U.S. aid funding for HIV and AIDS community programs. However, he went off script and touched on the frosty trade relations with the U.S.
I think we must begin to understand that we are really on our own. Whether it's Trump, it's Vance, I don't even know if the Democrats will be better. I think the continent must begin to say, how do we deal with our own development? How do we, the African continent has got minerals, and yet we are beggars. That can't be explained. So let's focus. Let's not be crybabies to Trump. Let's look at what we can do for ourselves.
He then addressed the issue of the withdrawal of the U.S. funding for critical medicine.
We shouldn't have relied on the U.S. for so long. I think we are wiser now because as a sovereign nation, I think it's important that we try and do things for ourselves.
On job creation and rising unemployment, he denied that BBBEE is suffocating job creation and investment.
Why does government persist with job-killing policies like BBBEE and bargaining council restrictions when the DA has shown that the scrapping of these in favor of targeted non-racial SDT-based empowerment would actually open up opportunities for SMMEs and to create the much-needed jobs?
It is not correct. There were in the country where black people are probably 90% of the population, but 70% is controlled by others. It can't be allowed. It will never be allowed. We have to come with policies to change that. Anybody who says we must scrap that, it means we must go back to apartheid. You basically say, leave the economy in the hands of whites. And that's how this country is going to work. It will never be allowed.
On personal matters and failing to declare a diamond ring gift for his wife, he pointed out that this was later not accepted. The ethics committee ruled it was supposed to be declared.
They came to a conclusion that I should have declared it, and therefore they are going to impose a fine of 10,000 rand because I have breached the code by not disclosing. As a disciplined member of parliament who respect the rule of law and the integrity of this institution, I have decided to comply with the decision, and the funds will be deducted from my salary.
He was also quizzed about his property portfolio.
Everybody knows where I live. I've declared everything around me. I don't have smaller nyana skeletons that I have to share with anybody. My life is as transparent as it is. And that's what I wrote in my declaration. This is where I live. This is how the house is owned.
Meanwhile, Mashatile says National Treasury will begin rationing the equitable share allocation for municipalities that fail to settle their debts with the water boards, which now stands at a total of over 25 billion rand. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.